Shock. The progressive voice, Sahil Habibi, thinks that Richard Nixon was a liberal Republican. Oh, I mean, seriously, like, how is Richard Nixon liberal? Like, liberal in what sense? Richard Nixon started the war on drugs to target black people. Richard Nixon did a genocide in Cambodia, 500,000 people. Richard Nixon overthrew President Salvador Allende of Chile. Richard Nixon overthrew that leftist government and replaced it with a dictatorship. Richard Nixon did segregated busing. Richard Nixon destroyed most of Lyndon Johnson's progressive Great Society programs. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Richard Nixon did the spying programs, did the blacklisting, put people like Noam Chomsky and Angela Davis on the list of enemies, and he just did a lot of ridiculous BS. I'm going to censor myself again because I don't want to go down the algorithm because my videos are already not getting enough views. So, yeah, first of all, watch my videos. But anyway, no. There was nothing liberal about Richard Nixon. And also, Jimmy Carter was not a good president because Jimmy Carter, as I said, created the Mujahideen because he wanted to overthrow the government of Afghanistan. Jimmy Carter was very supportive of the Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi of Iran, even while Pahlavi was torturing the people of Iran. And Jimmy Carter gave the Shah sanctuary after the Shah left the country during the Iranian Revolution. And that's why the Iranians took the hostages. And Jimmy Carter, it is speculated that he had Saddam Hussein invade Iran on the US's behalf. And Jimmy Carter, of course, just, yeah. But anyway, well, actually, I'm going to make another video on Jimmy Carter in a moment, so we'll save all that for later. But I did make a previous video where I covered Jimmy Carter's very hawkish foreign policy, which isn't that different from Obama's or Biden's. But anyway, the point is, if you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe I should have started with this explanation. But Sahil Habibi did a video on Joe Rogan mentioning Joe Rogan had this delusional take where he said that Barack Obama was the best president of his lifetime, which is really funny because, first of all, Joe Rogan used to really despise Barack Obama. By the way, Barack Obama was terrible, but Joe Rogan used to despise Barack Obama, and he even called Barack Obama out for the Flint, Michigan water stunt. But I digress. But, like, seriously, now apparently Joe is just flipping on everything because he has no principles and believes in nothing, and he's a vapid hack. But anyway, the point is, Sahil was talking about all the presidents during Joe Rogan's lifetime and how Rogan was born in 1967. So that would be from President Lyndon Baines Johnson all the way to now President Biden. And Sahil was going through them, and obviously he was talking about how Lyndon Baines Johnson was a great president on domestic policy, and he really was. And we could go on and on about those policies, but on foreign policy he was trash. But Sahil just downplayed it and said, oh, just the stuff he did in Vietnam was bad, but everything else was good. Really, Sahil? You mean how Lyndon Johnson invaded the Dominican Republic, was very supportive of Israel and its occupation in the early stages, and dropped 7.5 million explosives on Vietnam and used chemical weapons such as Agent Orange to just totally decimate the civilians? Like, seriously, Sahil, what's with you? And of course, and then he went on to Richard Nixon, and as I said, he called Richard Nixon a liberal Republican despite Richard Nixon's horrible, horrible regressive policies. And he said he didn't know anything about Gerald Ford. I mean, Gerald Ford, first of all, pardoned Richard Nixon in the first month of 1 month after Richard Nixon left office, and Gerald Ford also supported the genocide in Indonesia and continued hawkish foreign policy all throughout. And I should also add, before Gerald Ford, Richard Nixon did freeze wages, and that led to stagflation, which later plagued Ford and Carter. But anyway, as I mentioned, Jimmy Carter, Afghanistan, Iran, how he was supportive of the dictator Shah, and how he tried to overthrow the government of Afghanistan, and also how he supported the apartheid regime in South Africa, and yeah. But and of course, as Sahil rightfully pointed out, Ronald Reagan was a horrible president and one of the worst. And Sahil was a little too kind to George H.W. Bush, George Bush Sr. George H.W. Bush was known for amplifying the war on drugs, that ridiculous stunt called the Gulf War, which really wasn't necessary. Of course, the good thing was he didn't topple the Iraqi government or try to stay, but still, that's a low bar. Like, it's still a bad thing to do. And of course, Bill Clinton, absolutely horrible. Now, Sahil said that Bill Clinton is worse than Barack Obama, and I would disagree with that. They're both horrible. Domestic policy wise, they're both basically Republicans, and on foreign policy as well. But the thing is, Bill Clinton did negotiations with North Korea, diplomatic talks with them, and that was good progress. You know, Madeleine Albright went to North Korea and did some good stuff. But Barack Obama was very hawkish on North Korea and just started slapping them with sanctions and was just disgusting all throughout, and it worsened the relations even more than they already were. So I would argue in that sense, Bill Clinton was actually better than Barack Obama, and Barack Obama was a lot worse. And in the other sense, Bill Clinton still supported universal health care, even though all of his other domestic policies were trash. He still supported universal health care. And, you know, Hillary was going around advocating for universal health care back in the day while she was First Lady. And Barack Obama immediately gave up on universal health care because he never believed in it. It was very obvious. Uh, and Barack Obama went right to that Heritage Foundation ridiculous individual mandate, give more power to the private health insurance companies plan, which was supported by Gingrich and Grassley and Romney back in the day. Newt Gingrich, Chuck Grassley, and Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney even used that plan while he was the governor of Massachusetts. And it's basically you're mandated to purchase private health insurance, and it gives more power to the private health insurance companies. And it was a Republican answer to universal health care because Republicans did not want universal health care. And yes, that idea came from the Heritage Foundation think tank, but originally that ridiculous give more power to the health insurance companies, give more power to private health insurance plan. That plan was actually created by Richard Nixon, who no, he did not want universal health care. That's why he created that ridiculous plan. So for Sahil Habibi of the Progressive Voice to claim that Richard Nixon wanted universal health care is just absurd. And he really should have done a little more research on that stuff too. He just should have done more research on people like Nixon and Carter before making those absurd claims. But anyway, yeah, the point is, I would say Obama is a lot worse than Clinton, who both of them are horrible, but Obama's a lot worse because Obama was hawkish on North Korea and abandoned universal health care completely, whereas Bill Clinton did support universal health care and was diplomatic on North Korea, but was horrible in all other aspects. So they're both bad. But that's the point I have to make today. I was just really frustrated and I wanted to explode when I saw that video that he created. I mean, I really like the Progressive Voice. I really like the YouTube channel. I think it's a really good YouTube channel. He's very informative. But like one of like these moments, like this was the one moment. I mean, no YouTube channel you watch is going to be perfect. They're all going to make mistakes and say some things that are incorrect. But I mean, look, he's very honest, and I like that he criticizes Kyle Kalinske for his for Kyle's ridiculous partial subservience to Joe Rogan and others. And yes, I mean, if you're not watching The Progressive Voice, you really should go watch it because he makes some very good videos. But this was just one of those moments where I was just like, oh, why did you say that? Why did you do more research before making this video? But anyway, I really do like the channel, so I mean, this is just the video for today. I just want to make sure that, you know, bad policies are not getting rehabilitated. But by the way, when I was first trying to record this video, I clicked the record button on my camera app and it just didn't go through, but apparently it recorded video. And it was just ridiculous, the problems that technology gives me sometimes, because it shouldn't take me so long to make some videos. But anyway, those are my technology problems.